In December 1958, we find ourselves in the unfortunate position that Germany is not going to be able to sustain their armed forces. They are bleeding an incredible amount of equipment that we cannot possibly replenish, and they actually are very running short on available manpower. They have 2 million men remaining available, but still the sheer amount of losses that they have been taking is absolutely staggering and starting to approach the losses that the Americans have been taking. So these German, it looks like we might have to bail out Germany once more, and the main conflict happens in that the German troops are involved in. Well, they're involved everywhere, but they have been pushed back by Romania to the borders here, and it looks like we have to once again bail out Germany, which means we are going to enact, well, this actually looked a lot better when I last checked, but it looks like we're going to have to enact an emergency operation to destroy the Allied positions in Poland and just reduce the losses that Germany is taking, because otherwise they are not going to survive this. So our plan of invading the Komi Republic probably is going to have to wait, because this will pull even more German divisions off the borders here. We have to really redirect the First Army to relieve the pressure of German divisions. And in order for that to happen, well, first of all, I am going to remove that front line here. We are not going to invade the Komi Republic just yet. Instead, we are going to send the majority of the experienced First Army divisions over, and we will try to deal with probably the situation in the Balkans first. So let's stabilize them near Odessa here, behind the river line, and destroy the Allied positions here. And then from there on, we'll swoop north into Poland and clear up Poland. First thing we're going to do is we are going to start clearing the air here. So all this is close air support, fighter wings. We are going to provide aerial superiority. And actually, you know what, we're also going to get the CAS up in the air. That should hopefully help out with the current ground operations until we are in a position that we actually have that we can actually bring our own ground units in and provide additional support on the ground, because Germany is overstretched at this point and gets pushed back quite significantly. Part of the problem also is that the Germans have divisions stationed pretty much everywhere, but at least they have reclaimed some of northern France's territories. By the way, I have handed over the Moroccan states to Vichy France for now. Because they have the best chance of actually transporting anything, and I didn't get anything out of these states to begin with. So let's observe the air operations over the Balkans for starters and see how our fighters are doing up in the air. We have a variety of enemy air force. There's a huge amount of enemy air force up, so I will actually stop the close air support operations for now. I said yes, thank you. You're a fighter wing, yeah. I will stop the close air support operations for now and just concentrate on the fighter wings and try to contest the enemy aerial superiority here. It does not look too great though. They have a relatively decent mission efficiency down here. So and they can outnumber us 2-1 by the looks of it. So I'll let this run for a little bit and we'll see if we can whittle down this number somewhat. But if the losses are getting too stark, then I am going to have to do something about it. Meanwhile, we are relocating the troops from the northern regions into the Balkans to once again assist Germany with their endeavors. It looks like the Allies are just getting too strong here, and Germany is bleeding out on too many fronts at the same time. Okay, so far the losses are quite significant on our side when it comes to planes, but we don't want to hold that up forever. But we are going to start ground operations regardless. We'll push across the river, and then we will follow that up with armored operations to close up the northern lines. And from there on out we will move to encircle the divisions in the south here, destroy these, and then push clear out Legionary Romania, all the while contesting them in the air. And we do have to find a way to stop the bleeding on the German side, because they just can't sustain the amount of losses that they're taking, neither in manpower nor in material. So eventually the divisions are going to get too weak that the continuous naval invasions that I'm going to have to deal with are going to become overwhelming for them. So let's deal with that while we're at it. And actually I can get the ground operations back on track as well. Let's make that happen. And I think we should be able to push them around without too much trouble. And I'm already going to get the river crossing divisions let's give them a fresh front line. I need those over on, where are we going to cut them? Here. So I need those on this side, and they're going to attack here. Okay. Tanks moving in from the north. And we might have to defend here first and wait for the river crossing divisions to arrive. They are pulling troops here now, so let's push them back. Okay, that's probably about as far as we want to go. So tank divisions here, motorized infantry stay there. Okay, tank divisions stay here. Where's my motorized infantry? Return to your front lines if you would be so kind. And we definitely do not want to deal with that just yet. So let's shorten that significantly. And we'll wait for the Marines to ensure... they're escaping. That is unfortunate. In which case... Okay, they have broad reinforcements, in which case we'll attack further south. And see if we can we support that from here? No. But we'll see if we can get them encircled in the north. Yeah, they're running. Okay, that's fine. We will be pushing them into the sea. We have green air over the Balkans, and we're still trading 1 to 4, so it's still somewhat favorable. Have we pushed them across? Okay, let's push them in the north. And at least encircle and destroy these divisions here, and then we'll move on. We do need to check our supply. There is a supply up here. Once we have the railways under our control, then that should not be a massive problem anymore. So let's get in there and destroy these divisions. There we go. Everybody in the north can join the fun. Let's wipe them out. Then wait for the supply to be reconstituted, get everybody on the lines. And I'm going to get the river divisions, because we do have a potential river crossing here, onto their own front line. These three on front line here, please. And we'll try to push through in the south and see if we can just cut them off there, because we do have Bulgarian divisions down in the south as well, so that should be a significant amount of loss that they're taking. Plus we have the supply hub connected, so I think we can safely resume the offensive operations here actually, and reduce the amount. Let's reduce them. Let's reduce them on the eastern side of the riverbank first. Towards Odessa, clear that out, Any naval invasions? There were a couple of naval invasions, but I think, yeah, I've sorted those out. So, okay, there's another one in La Spezia, so let's send them south to clear that up. And yes, the Germans are overstretched, but they are fighting everywhere and starting to contest the Mediterranean and then with naval forces now. So it's about time that we are going to assist with these endeavors. And we should be able to take the position here without too much trouble. That is complete. And river divisions, once they are finished with the defense, are going to cut through the south. There we go. Assault is running. We'll see who gets there first. If the regular tanks or the Marines get there first, but either way, we are destroying the positions here, which should give the Germans a much more favorable front line, and just generally relieve the troops there a little. This is more significant than it looked, but we do have it's the Free French invading. We do have 3 divisions here. That should be sufficient to clear that out. And I've got a bit of infantry there if necessary as well. How's it looking here? I think we are about to encircle and destroy. There we go. We are about to destroy the divisions here. Let's get everyone in to clear that out. And then we're almost south. As you see, if with a little bit of armored firepower and specifically with superiority in the air, and we now have complete superiority in the air, these things de-escalate very, very quickly. Okay, that's dealt with. So let's get. I think we just need the tank divisions for that, except for these. These are stationed over in France. We are going to give them a front line here, and they will literally, actually we can move through Galati and just clear it out from there, and I'm going to get another tank division here. I have the heavy tanks here as well, that works too, so we'll get them to squeeze from the other side. They can cross rivers with impunity. And that should be it for this particular incursion. Then we have a much more stable front line in the eastern front here, and more tanks rolling in. We'll just cross right here. We're already pushing from the north with the other tanks, and we've got the heavy tanks coming in from the other side as well. And once that is cleared out, oh yeah, now that they actually have some forces left, they're starting to push them back in the coast here as well. So probably the next thing we do we still need to clear out Greece? No, I'm actually okay with Greece at this point. I think the north is more critical. That we are. Oh, come on. Let's clear these out. The north is more critical, that we are correcting the lines here and destroying the Polish positions where the Allies are having a lot of divisions in the field. So that's going to be, once we're done here, that is going to be the next part of the operation. We are running a little low on fuel. We're down to half stocks, and that is. Well, we don't really need all the planes in the air anymore, so let the Air Force recover. We're also overloading the airports here quite significantly, so let the Air Force recover. That'll give us a bit more, that'll give us a bit of fuel back, and we are going to. Italy is currently trying to hold this position. Let's push these out towards the river line here. And we are going to create a new front line actually. So for now we'll just do this by hand. But we will create a new front line, and we will be pushing. We'll probably try to cut through these positions here in the rear of these Russian forces, and destroy those here in the mountains. I might need to pull the mountaineers up for that, because yeah, this is mountainous territory. I think I have them somewhere. Are we done here yet? Almost. I'll have them stationed in Greece, but I think I can pull them up north to dealing with those positions. All right, that was a successful first operation. So let us continue. So of course, immediately, Allied troops have managed to get in through Odessa, and because the Italians haven't actually been securing anything, have managed to make their way across everywhere, retake territory, and infiltrate the behind friendly lines. So that's something we're going to need to clean up again, and then try. Oh no, this was actually a naval landing, I believe, around Odessa actually. So we'll clean that up here, and at the same time, we are trying to break through a significant American landing, which is something around 30 divisions or so in the north here. And I think oh, this is actually a naval crossing. Okay, let's not do that then. Let's go around the other side. Let's go through Utrecht and attack Amsterdam from the other side. Although Amsterdam is the relatively larger one. So as you can see, keeping the Axis alive is a full-time job. Without even just trying to do anything else, it's a significant investment of firepower just to make that happen. I think actually Italy is not going to be able to hold the territory that they're having here. So what I might, they're losing on all fronts here, and actually my own troops are just barely holding the lines here. I think I don't even know what's going on here anymore, but I think I will have to bring my own infantry divisions just to hold the Odessa line here, and just to make sure that, see if we can get across the lines here. We've just wiped out another 300,000 Allied troops here, but there's always more of those. So Italy is struggling to hold this area significantly at this point. So let's see if we can get across and clean it up for them, and then I'll bring my own infantry down just to deal with this. It was actually required to bring the Air Force in to get across this massive block of American soldiers that are currently occupying Amsterdam. But we've got the divisions now ready, and I think the Germans are actually making advances now. So let's. Oh, well, there we go. Now that we managed to get across the river lines, we get them all encircled, and that should be the end of that operation. Yeah, it did take aerial superiority to make that happen, and that's close to 30 divisions that the Americans are losing here. But it's not just American divisions, a couple of others have made their way in here as well. But we've cleared it up, and now we can send these divisions back to their defensive line in southern France, where they actually belong. And I've just pulled them out there, and we can get the Air Force back into position to start hitting. Well, we're going to operate in this eastern Polish air zone. So we'll bring them around where we can find some space. There we go. That will work. And the close air support can operate from out of here. And then we will focus our efforts on eastern Poland. We'll have to distribute the planes a little bit more here. We'll go over here. That'll do the trick. And yeah, then we will start the operation towards Lwów. Not sure, but we'll cut with the tanks across here, encircle all these Allied divisions, destroy them, and then cut north and do the same here. And then hopefully with that frontline correction, Germany is putting a bit of a stop on the sort of suicidal assaults that they're doing everywhere, because Germany has pulled so many divisions into eastern Russia that are all suffering from attrition that it's unholy at this point. And we've got the fighters deployed. So we'll see in a minute how that changes the air situation over eastern Poland. And we will begin the assault with crossing the river with the First Army's specialized units have come in extremely handy. They will lead the charge, and I'm going to get the tanks to follow up behind them, and then we will we'll push towards Lwów. We'll see if we can. We'll see how far we can. If we can manage to cut them off completely here. I have already 3 mountain divisions stationed here, so all my tank divisions should be following up, and we're going to get the other ones are going to follow as well. Yeah, tank divisions, please follow behind and support the push. Okay. That's on the way. We have another naval invasion in southern Italy, significant American naval invasion, but I have tanks stationed here to deal with that sort of thing, and I can always pull the ones from France over if necessary. So all this will be dealt with. The Americans, actually, let's see what we know about the Americans at this point while this is happening. The Americans, yeah, the stability and the war support in the US is significantly reduced. Which means, and I have stationed 2 operatives in the US because I am thinking that we are going to have some fun with the Americans. Because if we're looking at the political influence, the Silver Legion of America is relatively, is relatively in favor of what we are doing, and has massive problems with all the losses in the war against the Axis. So we will, once our intel networks are complete, be launching an influence campaign with the whole goal that we would like to to increase that support. And make sure that these friendly to us are actually empowered to do things in the US. But that'll come in the future. For now, we are just trying to widen our front lines a bit here and see if we can manage to get an encirclement happening. With some Italian troops holding positions here. However, I do hope that Germany is taking on the territory and not Italy, because Italy is already struggling to defend its own territory significantly. They have a bit of an encirclement here, and they should be a bit more stable now. And once we have wiped out the Americans near Nice, then that should be a bit better as well. But yeah, the American losses have been significant. I am going to leave some tanks behind here because I do not want to be cut off. Where's my motorized infantry? I should be having a significant amount of motorized infantry here. Okay. Yeah, can you please follow this up and make sure that we are not getting cut off here? Thank you, that's lovely. We'll use the heavy tanks to just push along the northern line and just secure us from any kind of enemy incursions in the north. And the motorized infantry is going to hold the front lines here, while the armor is pushing to connect to German territory. And it looks like, unfortunately, it is going to be controlled by Italy, probably because I started from this side rather than from the other side. Should have probably started from the other side, but well, here we are. How's the air situation? Again, we are facing enemy aerial superiority, but we're doing our best here, and we definitely need some troops here to hold the positions. Do we have anyone on the other side? No, we do not. We do have a... I'm definitely going to shorten this now. And here we do not... Hang on, this is the wrong front line. Oh, that's why. That's why they're not following. Okay, that's the front line. The other one was for the heavy tanks. Okay, that's better. So everybody, please support our armored push here. And okay, we might have to just hold for now here until we have secured supply. We're going to get the heavy tanks just on the front line now as well. And there we go, everyone is on. We'll hold until we've got supply secured in... Actually, we have probably enough tanks to make this happen either way. But let's see if we can push through from here, connect, and then we will start the cleanup operation. But we've got enough divisions there now to make that happen. And here I think we have encircled the Americans and are about to wipe them out, yes. So American losses have been significant. And we are going to continue just destroying the Allied fighting capability here. All in all, the Allies don't have an awful lot. They actually have less than us at this point. If it wasn't for Germany's comparative silliness in their assaults, then we would actually be better off. But it looks like more destruction and secure. The only way to secure Europe is to kick the Allies out, and that is no great surprise, but it might mean that we will have to deal with the Russians as well, because the Russian Federation is definitely becoming a bit of a nuisance here, and especially that the Republic of China is part of the Allies as well, and if the Americans are supplying them, then we don't have a front line. That's why it's hard to push through here. And why are we struggling so much? Mostly terrain day and night cycle and tactical damage. Okay, let's stop the assault for now. Let them move off, and let's resupply. Let's get. Is that connecting? Almost. It's not, because we're lacking the railway connection, I believe. Okay, so that's not happening. In which case, okay, we are going to have another push and see if we can get through. Okay, we did have to wait until we have supply ready in the area, just because this was going to be too difficult otherwise. So let's get the tanks on the task, and let's get the encirclement completed. Meanwhile, the Americans have managed to push us out of Bergen, annoyingly. So the mountaineers that are stationed there are about to retake the port and deal with the interlocutors here. I'm not sure how they've managed that, but they seem to have... I only had one infantry division stationed there, so they seem to have pushed them out. But the air war over Poland has been raging. And we've been shooting down a fair amount, but it is starting to cost us. So I would like to wrap up this operation here. And unfortunately, they are relatively resistant over there. But I think with these combat values, they're not going to stand much of a chance against the tanks operating here and leading the assault. So that should lead to the destruction of what have we got? 11. 19, 23, 24, 27, 30, 40, about 40 plus divisions that are going to be destroyed here. And this will, and then afterwards we'll do the same again, moving north. There we go, encirclement complete. So let's clean this up, and then I can end the episode after lots and lots of tidy up operations. And Germany is still very much... Okay, we can get this division back to actually holding Bergen. Get the mountaineers to tidy this up. That's fine. They can take care of this. Yeah, we'll get back to regular operations where Germany is running out of everything. And there we go. Mountain divisions are on the move. Enemy troops are cut off from their supply lines, and we are destroying as much as we possibly can. There we go. These guys are encircled, which means we can now shift our focus here. They are destroyed. Mountain divisions assist here, just so the tanks don't have to fight up in the mountains. But there's not much left, and it looks like Germany is actually now forging ahead here as well. So we'll see if Germany eventually starts, or maybe Hungary starts taking over this territory, because we have already another naval invasion. And I'm gonna need my tanks in the south. So all of that and more to come in the next episode.